Another April another apple-based fragrance. Ready?
Yes.
1, 2, 3.
Competition!
Hi guys, no giveaway. Welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Linda Zindela. Thank you very much for tuning in. So today joining me in on the channel are two of my beautiful rascals. So schools are closed and I needed to record. Yes, no school. So I needed to record and I was thinking there's no other opportunity that I was going to get with them being around. So by default, they joined in on today's content. So I'm going to introduce my two beautiful guests. What is your name?
Sammy.
Look into the camera and tell them what's your name.
Sammy.
And what is your name? Zenande. Love the energy, Zenande. So today we're going to be talking about fresh summer fragrances, cheapies that I picked up from FragranceX around October, on the 20th of October. Just to answer, I'm preempting here. How long does it take to receive your goods from FragranceX? Generally, it takes about 2 weeks. This order took 15 days. It was initially an order of 4 fragrances. So not included in here is Franck Oliver's Blue Touch, which I did give to my dad when I went home in November. So I will rank these fragrances at the end, but first off I'll talk about what my thoughts are on these fragrances. I'll take you through each one of them. The one that's not here, maybe I should start with that. It is Franck Oliver. I'll put a little screenshot at the bottom. It's Franck Oliver's Blue Touch. This is a clone of Aqua de Gio, one of the best sellers in the world. And Blue Touch is a fresh fragrance. It has sea notes, aquatic citrus fragrance, and the reason why I gave that away from the 4 is because I felt like it is the best performing, and I thought that it would suit my dad in this summer that we are in. So that by default would have been number 1, but it's not here, so we will talk about these 3. Lovely fragrance, that Blue Touch, Franck Oliver. Let's look into the camera. And next up I will talk about, I'll just grab one randomly and let you know what my thoughts are, what the note breakdown is, and what it is a clone of. We'll start off with Nautica's Voyage. I don't think this is necessarily a clone of anything, but also this is a very cheap fragrance. It does very well in the fragrance community for summer, and I think in places where it's really, really hot, where your summers are extremely hot, then this fragrance I would recommend as one to have and add to your collection. I'm going to spray it and give you my thoughts on it. Do you want to hold this for me? Okay, hold it up to the camera. Ooh, we might spray your eyes. Let's put it here. That's fine, I'm not going to spray your eyes.
Oh my god. Oh, I'm fine. Finally. Here. I want to
You want to smell it?
Oh, I smell like vegetable.
So it's also fresh fragrance. Pick up the apple on the opening. And what I really love about this fragrance is the fact that on my skin I get really, really great performance. I've received some compliments on this. I think when I wore this a couple of times to the office, I think I got about 5 to 6 hours of this fragrance. But also, I must admit that I go really heavy with these sprays. I think I probably bang out about 16 sprays. I don't even count. I spent about $300 on this, so I don't think it's a big deal. You know, blow the trigger away at this. Smells amazing, fresh, a bit of woodiness in there in the dry down. An amazing fragrance. Leave this over
Yes.
here.
Yes.
And next up is this 200 ml jug from Antonio Banderas. This is King of Seduction. Funny story about how this Antonio Banderas landed up in my cart. I had 3 fragrances and I had very little room to wiggle around, and I just scoured FragranceX until I came across this. I figured it's a 200 ml bottle, it's a blue fragrance. What's the worst that could happen? And let's smell it.
Oh yeah. So ready.
Okay, hold one side.
Hold on.
Okay, and let's do this.
Don't.
Hold it out like this. There you go. Careful. So one of the great things with this fragrance is the atomizer. It sprays out really, really good juice. This is a 200 ml bottle. I think I got this for, give or take, about 300 rand. For a 200 ml bottle, I felt like, man, that's a steal. So, off the top, another April. Another apple-based fragrance with C notes. It's just all around freshness and woodiness as well. I wore this, I was going canvassing with a colleague, and he said that his sister used to work at Dischem. Dischem is a local retail company that sells fragrances, pharmaceutical products in South Africa, and he used to get samples of this fragrance from there. So I didn't say off the top, like off the cuff, like what am I wearing? He's like, I've smelled this before, I know it. He's like, it smells really nice. And I told him it's Antonio Banderas, King of Seduction. He's like, man, I remember this. So it's an easy to like fragrance that, well, with all of these blue fragrances, they are mass pleasing, and this falls right in that bracket. And a 200 ml bottle for 300 rand is an absolute steal. So that is King of Seduction. Apple, woodiness, great C notes, freshness. And last but not least is Rochas by Load. This, I must admit, was one of the fragrances that I was looking forward to getting my hands on the most, because community it was heavily hyped, and I was really looking forward to getting my hands on this, and I've dented it quite a bit. This is a 60 ml bottle. I was even willing to downsize and get myself a 60 ml bottle because it was a little bit more pricier than 1, 2, and the other one for 100 ml bottle. So I was like, it's cool. 60 ml is not going to hurt anybody. Which one haven't we used? Let me see.
2.
Okay, let's see. There's nothing here. Yeah, we haven't used these 2. Well, obviously, because there's only 2 fragrances. Okay, who's gonna hold this one? Must Daddy hold it?
Actually, and Daddy held the other one.
Come stand this side.
Mommy.
So this is a completely different fragrance from Antonio Banderas, King of Seduction, and Nautica's Voyage. This is more aromatic, it's more woody, but at the same time it fits in perfectly with the summer season because of its citrus as well. I'm just going to shoot straight to it and say this is my number 1 because of how versatile it is. This is supposed to be a clone of K, and also from the comments that I read on Fragrantica, it's also supposed to be a clone of Office by what's his name, Jeremy Fragrance. And I have used K before, and I would say they are not too far off. It does have a tinge of K resemblance, But because of how versatile it is, this would not only just fit in the summer, you could also wear this in winter. That's why I will say this is number one. Value for money all day long. Versatility ticks that box, and it smells really amazing. So this is number one. And Nautica Voyage is number two. Maybe a bit one-dimensional in terms of the freshness, but I mean, it's a summer fragrance, it's a blue fragrance, so I don't see any crime in that. It is what it looks like, a summer fragrance. So that is number two. So number two goes in the, put this side, turn it around. And number three is this 200 ml jug, King of Seduction, by Antonio Banderas. That is it. So what must the guys do? What must they do? What must they do? What must they do?
Subscribe!
Look at them and tell them.
Subscribe!
Subscribe to the channel. Subscribe.
Subscribe to the channel and press the button!
Press the button. Click, 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 click. Say Merry Christmas, everyone.
Merry Christmas! Santa is coming!
Santa's coming. What is Santa going to get you? More perfumes for daddy?
Lots of kids.
Bye, guys.
Bye, guys.